What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. It's Thursday, y'all. We have made it almost to the end of this week. Yeah, so we're over here. Why are we over here? Because I got caught up in Love Island games this morning. And so while I was watching it, I figure I might as well come over here and talk about it with y'all, see what y'all think about Love Island games. Before we get started, don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's the thing to do. So, yeah, Love Island games. This is season one. This is episode one. The games are a little bit different than what we're used to. These people come over here from previous seasons and they're competing for $250,000. Now, the first time I watched Love Island, y'all, I did not know that there was money on the line. So I appreciate, this type of situation where I know straight out the gate that we are over here competing for money. Money or love? That's the question. They're calling it Love Island, but these people are looking to extend their careers in show business and things. So, I'm okay with them calling it what it actually is. Yeah, so these people have all been here before. We're going to start with KK. KK's body is stacked, child. This is one stacked little lovely lady. I feel like she said she was a nurse. It don't matter what these people do in their real life. We want to talk about what they're doing over here. Miss Stacy came over here being Miss KK came over here being stacked, and her child complexion smooth. It is cocoa smooth. She's a little heavy on the baby hair, and I'm, trying to get you ladies to cut that out. I don't know what the alternative is for you guys. It's going to be, but this heavy, very slathery baby hair is, a distraction. She's very pretty, but I don't want to be sitting here looking at her baby hair the whole time. KK came in here with a catchphrase. She said she don't want no man that's nonchalant. She would like him to chalant her. I don't know. I don't know if I like that one, KK. Chalant me? No, it doesn't really make sense. Like, I get what you're saying. She doesn't want somebody who's going to be low key. He wants to love out loud. That's what she wants. She wants this man to love her out loud. But chalant me? It's cute, but for her, it's not about the money. I say, Miss KK, that's a lie. It's always about the money. It's $250,000, girl. Don't come over here and act like you're looking for love with these people that've already been here before. Now that they've been on the show, some people have communicated with others, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about, sliding in people's DMs and things. But for Miss KK over here, she says she wants to love, not the money. I want them to all stop saying that. I feel like when there's $250,000 on the line, love is cute or whatever, but you don't know these people. The chances of you finding love is not that likely. So just say what it is. I'm okay with it. It definitely doesn't make you look any better. Andrea, I remember Andrea. She was from season six. Season 6 and 7 are the only seasons that I watched because I'm about to go all the way back, in the archives. But these season 6 people are on after the villa or Love Island in the villa or wherever they at after, they left here. They have another little show where we're seeing who stayed together and who didn't. Andrea, I remember she lost her love Rob, who didn't follow her out. They cried and was mad, and he was like, I can't believe you guys. And then when she left, he was like, well, maybe I'll see what else happens. Listen, this young lady is in her confessional with a two-piece green outfit. I really loved it. I, decided last minute to come over here and talk about it. So, if I can get my hands on some of them confessional looks, I will. For right now, we're just going to meet the contestants because this is episode 1. So we don't have to really go into it too much. Green is my favorite color. So, girl, that green was fire. Andrea is here for the challenge. Andrea, thank you for saying that. She's very athletic. She's very competitive. And she came over here to get that money. And if she finds love, that'd be okay too. I think that's the best attitude to go into it with because you don't know how over here they be kicking people off and the people be voting and all kinds of stuff. And so you can't, just count on falling in love. And once these boys fall in love, as soon as you get removed from the show, they forgot they was in love with you and they're on to your best friend. That's what Sierra said about Olandria over there. Olandria is on fire. Nicolandria. Nicolandria is on fire. Um, it's giving, this show is giving a little bit of MTV's The Challenge, Love Island style. I'm here for it. At least they're not laying around just, eating pineapples, waiting on them to tell them, what to do and come do some type of challenge where they're kissing and slobbering all over each other. But it seems like that is the challenge. So they tricked us. They tricked us to act like it's a different show when it's the same show. It's just people like being out loud about the money. And they've all been here before, so they know how the game is played. Adriana, I remember her. She came over there in season 7, and they, were hating on. When I say they, I mean Ace was hating on Jeremiah. He could say all the things he wants, but he was hating on Jeremiah. He had to get him out of there, and that's what they did. They got Jeremiah out of there because honestly, I feel like Jeremiah and Andreina, you gotta say her name different. Andreina, they could have been maybe one of America's faves. I feel like Jeremiah and Andreina could have turned it into a thing. They might have been, a force to be reckoned with, a couple to be reckoned with. Andreina came in kind of late last time, so she didn't get a chance to really dig her feet down deep. Her confessional dress is also fire. She looks beautiful. It's kind of a crochet situation. Andrea's, what's her name? Andrea, yeah. Her dress was like green tie-dye, but only 2 shades of green. It was very pretty. And then, Adriana, don't act like y'all don't know I'm going to be messing these names up. So let's, it's written there. Whatever I say, it's not necessarily going to be what their name is, but their name is right there, for you to read it yourself. Anyway, Andreina had on a crochet kind of pattern dress. Anyway, the girl's body is bodying, so I don't think there's too much this lady can put on that's not going to be fire. When they were doing her introduction, this cameraman was dead ass wrong. I don't know why this cameraman felt like we needed to have, clips of her booty hole. Jesus, it was so invasive. I felt like it was just nasty. I was like, girl, not her. She was doing what she was supposed to do, but there were so many different things. The cameraman really loves an ass shots, and these girls got, great bodies, but relax. I mean, good grief. What would she have to do? Get the camera stuck up her butt? That sounds nasty. Scratch that. Delete that. Her DMs are popping. I'm not surprised because, now, the people see her, and all these people were influencers before they got on here. Some of them knew each other and everything. So it's not surprising that some of these boys, Love Island boys, was like, oh, they didn't get a chance to holler at her? Well, let me see. What's up? She got her eye on somebody. Is she here for love or money? She says she's here for both. That's the right answer, girl. We gonna see what's up. She says she's never had a boyfriend. How old are you, girl? You've never had any kind of boyfriend? That means she got a lot to learn, girl. A whole lot of heartbreak in front of you. And she come over here, with her eye on a Playboy. So there's that. But the girl's body, yada, yada. I'm not mad at it. They're standing around the table. You know how they do. They're introducing themselves to each other. And all this screaming gets on my nerves. I don't know why these girls have to go over here screaming all the time. Here comes a plane. Ah! Here comes a boat. Ah! I mean, it's really irritating. And the guys be jumping. If the girls are screaming and the guys be jumping, settle down. It just looks silly. Yeah, she's got her eye on a Playboy Tyreek. He's from the UK, and he's from season 10 of Love Island over there in the UK. He said, American girls are extra. Maybe. But you seem like you're a little bit extra, Tyreek, so control yourself. Then he came straight out of the helicopter speaking Spanish to Adriana, because they've been communicating back and forth in the DMs, and she's not necessarily American born, but she's living over here, so she might be a little extra. Ciao. Lucinda is from season 7 of the UK and Australia season 5. Like they came out of these this last season, this last crew came off this island talking about production. That's Ace, and how difficult, and how, who did they exploited. They had all these things to say about Love Island. These people keep coming back again and again and again. This is her third time over here. So I don't know how bad it is, but it ain't that bad. They decided they was gonna come back. Some of them just left. Good grief. I think Adraina said it was 2 months. So 2 months you went home and they called you, you went right back over there. Well, I mean, I guess she left. Still 2 months. That's a long time. I mean, that's not a long time to go, right back over there. Anyway, this Tyreek jumped out of the helicopter. He didn't jump out, but he came out of the helicopter with Lucinda, and she apparently was over there in the UK with a lot of traffic in her bed. She said the men were coming and going, and they were saying sleeping with her. So I feel like that means she'll just take on anything. Because why are all this traffic coming through your room, girl? She isn't, I don't believe, trying to form any real connections, or maybe doesn't even know how. She says she's not in the athletic. And I don't know where the athleticism is going to come into play, but it's a challenge. So they all came over here trying to be in shape to win the challenge. This is season 2. So I'm guessing you knew what happened when you watched season 1. Please don't say you didn't watch season 1, because you did. She says she's good at flirting, kissing, and outfits. I mean, we'll see, girl. Your outfit was cute. The other outfit that she had on, I wasn't really, mesmerized by her outfits. I don't know anything about her kissing and her flirting. Well, she might be good at that. We'll see. Her confessional look is cute, but it didn't wow me. It wasn't like, girl, the way she rocked it, because the first 2 did. I don't even remember what. Oh yeah, I wasn't a fan of KK's dress. It was a green little sparkly party dress. It didn't say nothing to me. But her complexion is so pretty, and it was like a bright green color. So she looked good, but I didn't love the dress. She must be entertaining this Lucinda, because they keep bringing her back. All these different. She's gone from Netherlands to the UK, or Australia to the UK. Now she's over here in the US. She's just doing a Love Island tour. The other country's budget is clearly not as big as the budget over here, because they have done several shows and they coming over here like, oh, wow, this set is fire. It looks like it. The way it's shot is beautiful. That's probably why I'm over here. Because as a visual, it's a beautiful visual, this show. I don't know if she's in it for the love or the money. She sounds like she outside. She sounds like she's not in it for the love or the money. She just wanted to come hang out and do this show again, because this set over here is fire. Kendall is here. They love Kendall, I guess, child. Corny Kendall. Kendall was a little bit corny to me. I don't know. He's showing up as this time, but now he got braids in his hair. So is that why he's going for brown girls? With braided Kendall likes brown girls, and not braided Kendall likes others. I'm not judging this man. I'm just saying. He said he's here for love. I want to say, yeah, right. But I also feel like Kendall never really gets the girl. So he might be. I know he's a little bit messy, and we can expect for him to probably be stirring the pot a little bit. But I think Kendall never really gets the girl. And he might be over here for love. We'll see. Isaiah, he was from season 4 of USA. I didn't see you, Isaiah, and I'm not going back. He said he was just 21. He ended up in second place with his partner. He left with his girl, and then somebody found him over here cheating and sent the tape video recording to whoever his girl is. And, he said he was young, dumb, and the rest. He was 21. I won't disagree with that. I don't know how old he is now, but not much older than 21. He said he's not very confident in his athleticism, so he's going to have to rely on his F-boy charm. Because, You knew you was gonna have to do something athletic, and I don't know that you're even trying necessarily. They got plenty of weights and things over there, so you better be trying to get your strength up while you're over there in between uh, challenges. They bring a busload of people. Who's on the bus? Garby. Garby is Belgium and Netherlands season 4. She taught herself English through social media and Instagram influencers and YouTube. So when you listen to Garby talk, she does not sound like someone from abroad. She sounds like she's from here. She says she's a loud, outspoken. I'm a loud, outspoken party girl, but she's also a virgin. Okay. Can you be a virgin and a party girl? I guess. She could go as far as the edge and still say no. She's here for the money. I appreciate the honesty. She's not she says she will probably do about anything to win these challenges, but she's not gonna F your man. The fact that you said that like particular thing makes me wonder if you're actually a virgin. Like, what are you talking about? F my man, girl. You said you didn't F anybody yet. You coming over here to do it? I don't know why. You've been over here to Love Island a few times before. So yeah, I got my eye on Garby. I feel like she got games. She's full of game. Her little bitty self. Mert is Love Island, Belgium, and Netherlands, season 2 and 3. Seems like him and Garby just barely crossed paths. He said he won season 2. So I don't know how he won by himself, but he came over here talking about, I won. He got the money, and he's a former soccer player. So what's his name? Mert. Mert is going to be competitive over here because he plays soccer. And so, where did I put him? I got the pictures maybe a little bit mixed up. Anyway, Mert. Oh, there he is. He said he's a good boy. And he said you could take him home to your mom. So he feels like a lover boy. I don't know. We'll see how he conducts himself over here. But yeah, his English is so-so. It's pretty good. It's cute the way he tries to say little phrases. You know, when someone is from another country and they try to say our little phrases, it sounds very cute. It's funny because when I was educator for Cosmo, a lot of I live in Kissimmee, Point Siena, so it's a lot of Spanish-speaking people, and I would run across students whose English was not that great, and when it was time to go take the test, they would be tripped up with words like sticky and gooey, which never crossed my mind because that's more of a slang description, you know what I'm saying? And they're over here learning the language as, through I don't know. I know these people that speak Spanish learn English way faster than we, as people who speak English, learn Spanish. I feel like we don't put the effort in. And when I say we, I mean me. I've been here for a very long time. My Spanish is like little to none. I can get you a few things. I can get you to the bathroom. I can get you some milk, and I can get you some chicken. I can tell you like hello in 3 parts of the day. My poquito is my Spanish. Very, very. Anyway, Nicola, she's Love Island, Malta, season 1. And my question is, where the heck is Malta? And this lady told me to go get the Googler and find out for myself. And I did. And it is south of Sicily, over, Mediterranean area. Near Italy and Sicily. So yeah, some of those European countries, like I've heard of, I had never heard of Malta, but I never like in my head seen where they are unless you look at a map. So after she, sent me over to Google and I got the whole breakdown, it's very clear for me now. She's a Kim K impersonator, and I guess like she came out of her accent to talk like Kim K, but that's what the other girl did because she talks like Kim K too. So the girlies be out here learning English watching the Kardashians. Um, her criteria for a man is tall, good looking, and nice and funny. So I mean, if you're going to go for a very basis, before you get into the deep stuff, I think she covered some good bases. Tall, good looking, nice. Nice is very important. Funny is too. So yeah, girl, I'm not mad at it. She says she's not athletic at all. She is called Noodle Arms over there in Malta. Not really. She just said her arms was noodle arms. And she says she's very strategic and crafty. So she gonna have to be, because there ain't no joke over here on Love Island. It's a lot of kissing and slobbering, and whatever game you got, you better bring it. She said she would win the kissing contest. The kissing they gotta do over here don't really be that great, like appealing necessarily. Not until they start kissing without challenges. Them challenge kisses be nasty. Here comes the plane load. They dropping them all over the place. And out the plane comes Chris from season 7 USA. I'm not a Chris fan. Chris came over here thinking he was more well known than the rest of these people. He talking about, you probably know me. And what's his name? Lucinda was like, why would we know you? Who are you? I know that's right, Chris. Chris was over here talking about, I could be anywhere else. I don't have to be here. I could be playing ball. And here you come 2 months later, right back. If she's saying 2 months, it was even less time for you. Did you even leave for you to be talking about you could be somewhere? I could be anywhere else, but I'm over here. He said he came back for the money. So said the people was out here mad at him because he didn't carry Huda across that water. And I wasn't mad at him for that. I was like, Huda came over here playing in his face, and I wouldn't carry her ass either. He said he not going to carry you if you're not his princess. And she was not his princess. She was his troll. He's a basketball player, so he's more than likely going to be athletic. And he's, like I said, here for the money. Josh is USA season 3. He's a personal trainer, so that means he's going to be athletic. And Josh got taken away from the show because something tragic happened with his sister. And, he ended up leaving the show. So he came here for the game, and he came here to win. They all said that at first. I came to play the game, I guess. The boys and girls split up and, have separate conversations because we know it's a pink blue thing over here. All the boys over there are talking about how they want a shot at getting to know Adriana. So she made an impression, even though she didn't stay around for very long. The boys was over here trying to see what's up. And then Ariana came out with, a slinky dress on and that slow motion walk that she does. I told you, every time I see her look at that camera, I'll be thinking, eat your shit, Tom Sandoval. That's what I'll be thinking when she look at the camera. Anyway, she looks amazing as usual. She gathers the couples up to find out if they're here for love, if they're here for money. Yeah, this is a competition. So how are y'all picking? Are y'all going to pick like strategically for an athletic person? Or are you going to pick, because she got a fine ass and you've been trying to get in at her and through her DMs? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Like I said, the prize this time is $250,000. Everybody wins if they walk away and split that. And America is also voting. So, whatever you think you're doing over there, you better be winning these challenges because America, will throw a monkey wrench in your plans. I don't know how invested I am just yet, so I won't be voting on anything. Anyway, first challenge is a typical Love Island obstacle course. And who's up first? It's going to be Adriana versus Lucinda. And they're going to go through this obstacle course to see, who it is they want to partner up with. Adriana picked Tyreek. Of course she did, because she's been trying to get to know him and he's been trying to get to know her. So they might as well get to know each other first through this challenge. And Lucinda picked Merc. Uh-oh. There I am. Anyway, whew. So the obstacle course, they have to smash some slimy balloons and then they drudge through this pool, digging for hearts. One got pink, one got yellow. They're digging through this slimy pool, digging for hearts, and then they got to go wet balls. I think the balls are stuffed in some salad dressing, vinaigrette of some kind. It was nasty. Then they got to drudge through some sand to get 4 hearts to be able to get to their person so they can win. Who comes through with the win? Lucinda did, I believe. Yeah, Lucinda came through with the win. So she got her man. And I mean, they both get their man, but they won for whatever reason. I don't even understand what the win is. Next up, you got Andrea and Nicola. Andrea wants Josh. Nicola wants Chris. Okay, girl. I wasn't expecting that. But in the end, Andrea, they all one by one going through this bucket of sludge. Andrea takes the win, so she gets her Josh. I guess Chris go back on the market if he doesn't get chose. Garby comes up. Garby is quite the little athlete. She picked Kendall and KK picked Chris. So Chris right back in the saddle again. And who wins? Garby does. She's the winner of all, not just of the girls. She's the winner of the girls and the boys. So keep your eye on Garby because not only is she a little pint-sized thing, she's also a very athletic, quick one. Mert, now the guys got to go. Mert and versus Chris. Mert chooses Lucinda back. So that's cool. That means they're picking each other at this point. And Chris chose Andrea. Huh. That was interesting too. I guess maybe he just wanted to see what's up before we get started. Andrea is athletic. And so while you're trying to decide which person you want to be with, that kiss all up with salad dressing sandy slime. I don't know that made any type of connection with the two of them because right now we're trying to decide, do we want an athlete or do we want love interest over here? Isaiah versus Kendall. Isaiah picked Adriana and Kendall picked Garby back. So, they picked each other. And so there's that. And Isaiah won. And so Adriana is his, at the end, I guess, the win doesn't mean anything. Maybe it's just for points. I don't know how this works. Like when they get to the end, are all of these wins going to count for something? Like I said, they had slimy salad dressing kisses. Ugh, I hate these challenges too. The fastest times, like after they all go, even though they win a challenge, you get to see like who was the fastest, who got the quickest time. And like I said, what's her name? Little Garby. She got the fastest time. So this time, after it's all over, the winner picks their person. Garby picked Kendall. Chris picked KK. Chris and KK. Now that didn't surprise me because Chris came in here and was attracted to Shelly. So he has a type. Andrea picked Josh. They were picking each other. And Tyreek picked Andreina. But they've been trying to get together for a while. So it only made sense for them to pick each other. Now, during the challenge, he did not pick her. And she was like, what's up with that? You trying to... The boys be playing, girl. I'm just telling you, you be careful with your heart. Nicola picked Isaiah and, Mert and Lucinda. It was kind of by default at that point because whoever's time was the slowest. And who had the slowest time? Lucinda had the slowest time. And I think Kendall had the slowest time for the guys. So that's interesting. Now, I'm not here for love. I'm here for money. And the most athletic of them all picked Kendall. Not for his athleticism, because he ended up at the bottom. So now that the couples have chosen each other, they have to see, are they vibing together? Because I feel like even if you're very athletic and you're very competitive, you need a a connection with your partner. I think, you know, when you're playing together, you can be two very athletic people, and the connection is often in your, you know, it interferes with your skills during these challenges. Um, I'm not a fan of Tyreek. He's a player, so we'll see what happens with that. Um, him and Adriana are trying to get to know each other better, but I'm not feeling him for whatever reason. We'll see. Ken and Garby, not mad at that. Like I said, I feel like Kim never gets the girl, and I don't know what's gonna happen with this one, but that's cute, Ken and Garby. If they do end up as a couple, you know how y'all like to put things together. Ken and Garby is just as cute as Nicole Andrea, but I feel like they've been here before. Like, you know, you keep getting these jobs, these Love Island challenges. Look at Johnny Bananas been going to MTV for 30 years now, so, or 40. Shoot. Anyway, Mert and Lucinda are flirty. They looking in each other's eyes, and I don't know what's gonna happen there because they weren't really saying anything. I feel like there's a bit of a language barrier, so they was just smiling and, you know, looking in each other's eyes. There wasn't a whole lot of conversation going on over there, and I don't really know that there was a connection. She's a master flirter, so she could probably get a, you know, along with anybody for the most part. Josh and Andrea are both competitive. When I look at Andrea, I wish she wasn't blonde. I wish she would just make her hair brown. I think she would be much prettier with brown hair. This is just my opinion. That lady can do whatever she want to do with her hair, but that balayage, you know, shadow root is kind of played out. Just let's see your brown hair. I just think it would make you look more striking because right now you're a little washed out. But Josh like it, so you know, who am I? Um, Nicola and Isaiah, they don't have no chemistry. I don't think he really likes her. I think he thinks she's nice, like most of them. Eh, yeah, I'll keep my thoughts to myself. Chris and KK. I'm not really a Chris fan either. He's coming over here with all this, you know, ego. Boy, sit down. I wasn't a fan of Chris the first time, so here he is again, and now he's trying to, you know, give this energy like he's running something, like he's Mr. Popularity, when he was very quiet before. He was a little meek